Hello everyone, in this class we will learn how to solve the decision making problems in shell script. Now there are two possible ways to solve a decision making problems, one by using if-else construct and another by using switch cases. So let us first talk about the if-else statement. So the if statement is the fundamental control statement that allows to make decisions and execute statements conditionally. So let us consider a problem like grading of a student. So suppose the marks of a student, if it is less than 30, we want to grade that student bad. If the marks is lies between 30 and 60, we want to say the student is good. And if the marks of a student is greater than 60, we want to say that the student is very good. So I'll write the problem within a comment section. So uh, if the marks of a student is less than 30, then suppose I want to say the grade is bad. And if the marks is greater equals to 30 and the marks is less than 60, then I want to say the grade is good. Similarly, if the marks is greater equals to 60 but less than equals to 100, in that case we want to grade them very good. So very good. So this is my condition. Put that inside the comment section. Okay, so let me write down our if-else construct to solve this problem. So write down the first take a user input. So read minus p and ask a user to put the marks. So enter the marks, and after that write down the variable name marks. Now if the marks, and within double parenthesis always write the condition in a shell script within double parenthesis. So put the double parenthesis and put the condition inside double parenthesis, and the condition is what? The mark should be less than 30. Now the marks can be negative also, so we need to take care of that condition too. So I need to write the marks should be greater equals to 0, and as well as the mark should be less than 30. And if both this condition is true, I need to write down then echo, and I simply write down the grade. So grade is bad. The grade is bad. So I need to close the if construct with the opposite spelling of if, which is fi. So this is my first if else condition. If the condition is true, then only this statement will execute. Now as we can see, this problem contain multiple conditions. Multiple conditions like we can handle with elif statement. Elif, and within double parenthesis write down the second condition. So second condition is what? The marks should be greater equals to 30 and the marks should be less than 60. So the marks should be greater equals to uh, 30 and the mark should be less than 60. So if this particular condition is true, in that case we need to write down within double parenthesis, put the double parenthesis. And if this condition is true, I need to write down then, and I need to say that echo, and in that case the grade should be grade is good. And the third, what is the third condition? The third condition should be written inside another if else construct. So if within double parenthesis write down the third condition. The third condition is what? The mark should be greater equals to 60 and it should be less equals to 100. So the mark should be greater equals to 60, the mark should be less equals to 100, because 100 is also a valid marks. So if both of these conditions is true, then I need to write down echo, and the grade is very good. So grade is very good. And if all this condition fails, like if the marks is negative or if the marks is greater than 100, then I should simply say the invalid marks. So invalid marks. So these are all the cases. So put this up, and I need to create a space for it. So this is my solution to the problem of grading system. So let me run it and check initially with some invalid cases, like if the marks is minus 99. So it should say invalid marks. See, it is saying invalid marks. Similarly, check with some marks which is greater than 100, 101. Again, it should say invalid marks. Now check with the condition whether the marks lies between 0 and 30, which maybe use 25. So 25, the grade is bad. Again, check with the condition between 30 and 60. Suppose the marks is 55. It should say the grade is good. The grade is good. Again, run it and provide some marks like 80. So 80 is lies between 60 and 40. So it should say the grade is very good. So it is saying grade is very good. So this is how we can solve a grading system problem by using if-else construct. Now here if-else always deal with either single value or with a range of value. So for range of comparison, the if-else construct is very helpful, but it is computationally little bit complex with respect to time. So if we want to compare with any single digit or value, in that case we can use switch cases, and switch cases is much more faster than if-else conditions. So let me erase this code and write down one problem for switch case specific problem. Write a problem, and all the codes is there in the description link, so we don't need to worry about it. So let us consider a problem like identification of a fruit. Identification of a fruit. So for that purpose I want to write down a switch cases. Now switch case also, suppose take one value from user, take the fruit name from the user. So enter the fruit name. So user will provide the fruit name, let the variable as fruit, and now I want to write, look carefully. In case of switch case, I need to write CASE case. After that I need to put a space. Within the double quote I need to tell the variable value of that variable. So dollar fruit, so that is the value of that variable fruit, and that in I need to write down space in, and after that within the double quote I need to compare that fruit value with the set of fruit values. So here I want to check whether the value of that fruit is apple or not. So if it is apple, after that you use a close parenthesis. So after that use a close parenthesis, and after that put a space, and if the fruit is apple, then the following statement will be executed. So I want to execute the statement like this is an apple. So if this condition is true, then I want to say this is an apple. Now if this condition is valid and I printed the corresponding statement, I need to exit from this switch construct. So in C or Python language I used to have a statement like break statement to exit from the construct. Here the similar construct is there, which is double semicolon. You can use double semicolon. It is similar to break statement in C or Python. Okay, so if this condition is true, I want to say that this is an apple. So and after that I want to break from this construct. But suppose I want to compare it to some other fruit also. So suppose if it is banana, in that case write down within the double quote the next element. After that put a closing parenthesis, and after that if that condition is true, I suppose want to write this is a banana. So this is my second condition. Again, if it is true, I need to write a break statement. So double semicolon and break from that construct. Similarly, suppose I want to check with another fruit like orange, and if it is orange, then use a closing parenthesis and write down this is an orange. So this is an orange, and after that put double parenthesis. Now suppose the fruit is not belong to any one of these three, so I need to write the default statement. So how I can use default statement here? Just write star closing parenthesis. After that in the next line whatever you write, that is the default case. So I want to write echo fruit is unknown. Fruit is unknown. So fruit is unknown. and this is my case, and I want to close the switch case. Now look carefully. The spelling of case is CAAC, so I need to write it just opposite order. EACA. So this is the opposite of case. So this is how CAAC. This is the opposite of case. So this is how I can close a switch case in case of shell script. Now let me run it. Suppose let me provide the fruit name as apple. So it should print this is an apple. See, it is printing this is an apple. Let me run it and check with banana, and let me run it. It should print this is banana. This is banana. So let me check with the third fruit, orange. It is printing this is orange. Now provide some fruit name which is not given in the list. So guava, suppose. So it should say the fruit is unknown. It is printing this is an unknown. So this is how, when we need to compare with a single value, in that case we need to use switch case, because it just use a lookup table and directly give us the output. So it is less time consuming, and it is more time efficient, and so we need to decide when we need to use switch cases, when we need to if else for any decision making problems. So that is it for today's class. Thank you.